1 divided by the variable x. If x is set to 1, the equation yields a result of 1. If we let x equal, say, 4, the result is 0.25, or 1/4. Now if we take this sequence of this equation, incrementing x from 1 all the way to infinity, and then add up all of these terms, the result is infinite. The series diverges, it blows up. If again we take this same equation and square the x, we find that it converges. In fact, it generates a sum of exactly pi squared over 6. Pi squared over 6? Is this just a fluke? Who decides this? And what about other stuff, like fate? Consider 3 seemingly divergent lives. Denver Bradley, a struggling high school senior, recently employed at the local driving range, primarily engaged as a golf ball retriever. Spontaneous, creative, if perhaps slightly out of phase with reality, Denver's inability to cope with some of the mildly adverse aspects inherent in his profession has ultimately culminated in an intense loathing for the world outside his mobile cage. Graham Mitchell, a college dropout and self-proclaimed free-time enthusiast. Although calm, cool, and generally a pretty trendy guy, chronic apathy and complete lack of direction characterize Graham's contemporary existence. An avid skateboarder, Graham's skills in this regard represent perhaps one of the only redeeming components of his life. Dwight Goodman, a second-year applied mathematics student at university, minoring in computer science. Extremely sensitive and perhaps a little too mild-mannered, Dwight finds himself more at home within the security of the abstract domain of mathematics than he does the real world. Three independent lives. Denver, Graham, Dwight. Perhaps each on the verge of something big, if they could just get their acts together. 3 lives, one would think, set to diverge into obscurity. But what if today fate has something different in mind? What if something, or someone, was to bring the 3 together? This is conceivable. Their lives do share one common factor. Katie Campbell, a sweet and likable university student whose education has been made possible by the good folks at the local food emporium. It seems that our 3 heroes have developed a bit of a crush on Katie. Of course, none of them have a chance in this regard, but I guess stranger things have happened, especially on days like these.
So how was last night?